Yo, what's up, guys? We're live a little bit early because I see some people popping in here, and I'm bored, and I want to go live early. So what's up? How the heck are you guys doing? Let me turn that down just a little bit. Alright. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm going to go ahead and put this on Twitter and put this on Discord. We will start this hunt momentarily. I hope you guys are having a good night or day, whatever time it is. All right. All right, chat. We are going to... Oh, apparently, even though I spelt the word right, it auto-corrected to the wrong word this time. That is a first. Okay. We're going to put this out there. All right, putting this in Discord, and then we'll be good to go. All right. We've got this promoted in Discord. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are ready for some more soft resets. All right, let's get this thing. I'm going to turn this music up just a little bit, guys. I got to find the right volume. There we go. Actually, let's change this music up a bit, actually. Hold on. I want something more chill. Alright. There we go. The battle music's really intense. I want to get some chill music. Why did I full screen that? Yo, what's up, Heath? Yeah, bird noises. What's this? Both Heath and Ash have shared our stuff on Twitter. What? Nani?
NANI?!
Yo, what's up, Shadow? I'm gonna zoom this out just a tad. Oh, that's as far out as it goes, apparently. Okay. Never mind. I just thought my face was like right up in this camera, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. Faux Rican exhausted. Was work that bad today, Heath? Today feels like a fever dream. Oh no. Maybe we can get the shiny, it'll pull you out of it. My whole Aron hunt feels like a fever dream. Like, to be real, it does. I don't know when I'm going to start that back up again, but sometime soon. Like, we're going to have to. I can't just leave it alone. Also, hold on. These headphones are getting, like, a little big for my head. Perfect size. All right, chat. Let's get this shiny. I don't know how many encounters we're going to do today. We'll see what happens after 2 hours. And see where we're at. We're not going to end on a weird number. We're going to end on like a solid 100 something. Like 1700 or 1800. We're not going to end at like 1782 or 1780 or something like that. We'll end at 100 something. But that's a long time here. Travis Stacy's a member for 2 months. Going to bed. Good luck, schmuck. All right, I appreciate that luck, bro, dude. You have a good night's rest. I appreciate that member for 2 months, bro. I'm starting to feel like my old self again. Like, I remember having to say stuff like that all the time. You know? I don't know. Like, I feel like our channel's slowly climbing back up to where it was. You go live at night. Bro, okay, bro, I caught you lacking in 4K yesterday when we went live. Everyone that was here knew about it. I was talking about in chat. I was like, hey, guys, let the record show. There was a day last week where I went live early in the morning and at a decent hour at night, and Travis wasn't there. He was caught lacking in 4K. I caught you lacking, Travis. I went live just for you at a decent time. Twice. Didn't even see it. Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I was at the doctor's office today. Hey, it's all good, bro. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. It's weird, guys. I feel tired right now, but it's not like, okay, like it's not like when you feel tired and you feel it everywhere, like especially your eyes, but it's like a blanket of tiredness around you, if you know what I mean. It's not like that. It's more of like really internal, like in my chest here. It's like I just feel like this energy of tiredness for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's like slowly exerting itself through the rest of my body, like a virus or something. I'm just getting tired. I know I love giving you crap. Hey, it's all good. You guys schmuck. Schmuck, 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 schmuck. Also, is the music too loud, guys? I can turn it down if I need to. I don't have my stream being monitored through my headphones, so I can't hear how loud it is. So if it is too loud, do let me know. I will adjust. Fix Nightbot. We have our schmuck commands back. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix Nightbot. I'm already in call, Shadow. I'm in call right now. Braxton says, it's been years since I've been to one of these streams. Well, Pokemon in, my dude. Go to settings. Okay, after my stream, Travis, I'll try and figure it out. Just for you. I'll do it.
How goes it?
How goes it? Did it actually work this time?
Yeah.
Oh,
For some reason, it pops up. Sometimes it doesn't.
That's weird. I used to go by Sharpless. Oh, yeah, Sharpless. I remember you. Oh, that's my dad back then. Yeah, dude. I mean, you're always welcome back in the stream. Yeah, I remember you always came to my streams and King Ty's streams. Yeah, I'm still live like every day, my guy. I'm still chilling, doing shiny hunts, doing other games, all the stuff I used to do. You're not the only one though. There's a lot of people that just like left YouTube like entirely. So like there was a lot of people that used to watch my streams. I just like stopped seeing magically after one day because like a lot of people just left. I don't know. None of us really know what it was, but like there's tons of people I haven't seen in forever.
The YouTube yearly purge.
Well, not even that. I think it was just like all of us coming out of COVID. Well, we weren't really coming out of COVID, but we were like progressing through COVID. And
The COVID purge.
yeah, people started going back to work and stuff, and it's like a lot less people started coming into anyone's streams, like not as mine. Those streams were popping too. I remember the amount of chatters. Yeah, dude. I'm like slowly building up. So like we went from, because of like drama and some other things that happened. Like it wasn't all just like one thing, but a lot of things happened. We went from like 17 people in stream regularly to like 2. Right now we're sitting at 7 on the regular. Right now we actually have 7 in chat, but 7's like my average right now. So we're working our way back up there.
Bro, did I tell you? I was talking in call with Keith and someone yesterday, and I encountered a shiny Whooper in Crystal.
Oh heck yeah, dude!
But I accidentally ran away from it.
Oh no!
I clicked run instead of my bag.
Oh god, that must have been painful.
It was, except a few minutes later, I encountered a shiny Ghastly after. So I got like insanely lucky. Like the odds on that are insane. I don't even know what the odds for Crystal are.
1 in 8,192.
Yeah, bro. To get 2 like within the hour.
It's the same. It's the same odds as this game. Every game up through Generation 4 is 8,192. After 5, it got half. No. 5 was still original odds. Up through Generation 5 was 8,192. Generation 6 and onwards, it was halved. Whatever half of that is. It's like 4,300 something, I think. Or it might be like 4,036. No, it's not 4,036. That would be right. I don't know. Whatever half it is. Every game that was the old gen, like 1 through 4, had shinies with the exception of the original Pokemon. Because that didn't have shinies. Like the Pokemon had...
I wonder what the odds for Oras are, because that's a remake, so they could have changed it too.
They're half odds still. Because Oris is technically Gen 3 games, but they're not from Generation 3. They're from whatever generation that was out at that time. The same way how Fire Red is technically Generation 3, even though it's a Gen 1 game. I don't think I found a shiny before Gen 6. Dude, they are much harder. Like, people really sleep on how hard it was to get shinies back in the day. I only have 1 shiny Pokemon in an old gen game. It's a Fearow in Generation 4 in Platinum. And I wasn't hunting for it. I got lucky and found it one day.
If I want to shiny.
Yeah, like if I get Zapdos, this will be my first hunted full odds shiny in an old generation game. Or if I get Aron first, or anything while phasing for Aron.
Aaron? Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron.
Get that shiny Aaron.
Whatever I get will be my first hunted one. Let's see.
First shiny game was in Sapphire. It was the Ralts.
Actually, hold on. I got my platinum right here. I'm gonna load it up while we're doing this. I want to do some hunts on this soon. This one time I found a shiny in a randomizer of X and Y, but I was so sad because it was full odds and everything. Why were you... Oh, because it was a randomizer, yeah. I've caught a full odds shiny in a randomizer before. It was a Weeping Bell, also in Platinum, ironically. Okay, so let me pull up my shiny. I have other shinies in this game because I was using the Poke Radar. So, Yeah, it is, Heath. It is. Because I have my Bidoof and I have my Houndour. So this is my full odds shiny Fearow that I just found. And then I've got a Houndour that we hunted for and a Bidoof that we hunted for. But the Fearow was full odds, just a random encounter.
Hey, it looks like you, Matt. You should have named it Matt.
But anyways, back to our hunt.
That's actually kind of cool, shiny Fearow.
Yeah, actually, Fearow has a really cool shiny. I've never seen it shiny until I caught it then, so I was really surprised. And the Shiny Shack is going to link me later the Game Boy operator, so that way I can order that, and we'll be displaying this just how an emulator would look. It will be in perfect color and everything while we do our hunts.
Nice.
Ding, bing, bing, ding, ding. But so good of you to remember, Heath. I want to do more radar hunts on there at some point.
How do you do radar hunts? Because I know that's an ORAS, but I've never actually done it.
So, with the Poke Radar hunt, it gets kind of complicated. But in a nutshell, what you do is, and I'll explain why it's complicated too. In a nutshell, you just either defeat or capture.
Is it like
it's
in
40
the remake for Diamond and Pearl?
I don't know. I barely even played it. But you have to defeat or capture 40 Pokemon in a row while using the Poke Radar. And once you defeat one or capture one, another patch of grass will appear. And you have to make sure it's the same type of grass that you just beat or caught that one in and walk into it. And then another one appears and it continues the chain. However, the difficult part is they're not always guaranteed. So, the farther the space away up to a maximum of 4 patches of grass away is the higher chance of it being the same Pokemon. So,
okay, so
I think
it is the same as the remakes then, yeah. I know
yes, but I think they made the remakes easier, though, because in the old games, the percentage of it being 4 patches away and not on, the outer edges, because the outer ring of grass can break your chain. It's 82% if you defeat it. If you catch it, it's 93% of being the same one. But even then, if you do that and do everything right and make sure it is the proper steps that you should have taken, it still might not even be the same Pokemon. So your chain in the old games could just break randomly for no reason. I think in the new games they made it where that doesn't happen, so it's a little bit easier. And it's easier to find shinies in the new games anyways. But in the old games that had radar, you could just break your chain for no reason. And it could be a couple of hours wasted. But once you boil it down to a science, and especially in the new games, I'm sure, the remakes at least, it's not so hard. It's just more frustrating whenever you do break the chain. I prefer defeating the Pokemon. It is 10% less, but I just find it easier than wasting Pokeballs. Yo, what's up, Tom? BDSP, you could get 8 shinies in a row, easier for Poke Radar. Yeah, in the original it was a little bit harder, but you could do that.
It's not a waste if you in the newer games with BDSP you can shut autosave off and just save before you start your hunt. And you can do the Pokeball method, and if your chain breaks and you don't get a shiny, you just shut it off and on.
Well, that's what
you can use your Pokeballs.
That's what you do in the old game. So you go in the middle of the patch area and you save, and then you start doing the hunt. But the reason I considered it a waste, especially for higher level Pokemon, you have to buy so many Ultra Balls and then take the time to catch it, and then you do catch it. And then, assuming everything goes right and you do get the shiny and you do catch it, that's like 40-something Ultra Balls wasted on stuff that's not even shiny.
Yeah, but it's 40 Ultra Balls, though. It's not that much money. You know?
Yeah. I just like to hold on to all my Pokeballs if I can.
I mean, to each their own, yeah. You know, there's obviously more than one way to do something.
Yeah. Yo, what's up,
Everything
Looms?
has to be done the same way.
Yeah. Which is why I just don't do the Pokeball method. I know a lot of people that prefer it. They say it's a lot easier. And technically, by numbers, it is. It's a lot easier, but I prefer the knockout method.
Yeah.
And that's the shiny hunting method that basically inspired the chaining in Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, and the knockout method in Sword and Shield. Because before Generation 4, there wasn't a method like that.
Right.
Like, a lot of people hate on the PokeRadar. They say it's awful and it sucks and they hate it. But, I mean, really, it was revolutionary for the world of shiny hunting.
Yeah.
Eventually, they came out with the shiny charm, and they were like, oh, this is a lot easier. We should do that. People always were doing Masuda method.
Just hope my shiny Trico will be shiny soon.
Yeah, I hope the same about Zapdos. I don't mind going over odds on him. I'm already at 1,500, but I just don't want to catch up to anywhere near my Aron is. But this is a lot faster than hunting for Aron.
You're gonna get it at 1666. Watch.
That would be a dream, because that's really close to now. I just ordered a new playmat today for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Which one?
It's another Ancient Gear mat. I have this one right now that's made by the Kali Effect on YouTube, and it's called War on Machines. It's a bunch of Ancient Gear monsters and Cyber Dragon monsters fighting each other. And it's nice, and it's like the same artwork as the show, so it's really cool. But I wanted to get this one. My friends have some similar for their decks as well. But I wanted to get this one made by this one guy on eBay. And it's they're drawn really realistically. And it's in this broken down version of the field spell Skyscraper. And it's an Ancient Gear Golem fighting the Elemental Hero Flame Wingman.
Yeah, I have a bunch of TSX1 and Simply Unlucky playmats that they've released.
I like Simply Unlucky. How he words everything in his videos are hilarious to me.
Yeah.
I think I bought a card from him on TCG Player at one point.
Yeah, I order most of my stuff from his shop if he has it.
There's one that I really like on TCG because they have good prices and they get you stuff to you like in 2 days, called Win Condition Games.
Really?
And if I find them on TCG, I order from them every single time. Like, I don't care if I'm paying $5 more for a card from them over somebody else. I'll order from them anyways, because like every single card I've ordered from them has been like perfect, and it's gotten there really quick.
Exactly. That way you know it's not a risk, you know, if you don't get a coordination card or not the card you ordered.
I basically built up like a loyalty level with them. Like, if I see their name on there on that first page, I will just scroll down to it and click order. Nice. Like I think just last month actually I did that. I think there was a card I was ordering from Legend of Blue Eyes that was like listed at like $7.99 or something by this guy, and Win Conditions had it for like I think $11, and I bought it from them anyways.
Oh.
Granted, it's only a couple of dollars, but I mean, when you're ordering a mass amount of cards at one time, it adds up. So.
Yeah.
Not sure what to hunt after my Masuda. I want to go for Bulbasaur and Heart Gold or do some kind of random encountering in Platinum? You could like random encounter in Platinum in the Misty area near what's it called? The town with Cynthia's grandmother. I think it starts with a C. I forget.
The one with the altar for the Palkia and Dialga?
Yeah, and the lake spirits.
Yeah.
I forget. I think it starts with a C. Anyways, the Misty area below it to the right. You could like random encounter over there. That'd be cool. I know that after you use Defog, if you use the Poke Radar, after you unlock the national decks, you can get Bagon there.
Ooh.
I hunted for Bagon in that area for my original Platinum team.
Nice.
I think I traded that team over to Pearl or something before I reset my Platinum. Unless, actually, now I've got to look. I think they're actually still on this file, to be honest. One sec, guys. I have to know where my shinies are. Gotta look that up. Yeah, it's a really cool area, dude. Alright, my Platinum's loaded up. Let me look at this. I think it is this file. It is! Okay, so check this out, guys. This is my team on Platinum. Cyanwood. No, it's not Cyanwood. I can look on here. I'm on the map now. But I got Shiny Ampharos, a normal Tyranitar, Shiny Metagross, normal Alakazam, Shiny Salamence.
Dude, I love that
Burley.
Ampharos. It's like a what's the color I'm thinking? A lavender kind of purple on it.
Celestic? Yeah, I think it's Celestic Town, Heath.
Yeah, you're right.
How do I check on this again? I forget how to look at the map in this game. I'll just use someone to use Fly.
Yo, you want to give me your
Yeah, it's Celestic
lavender?
Town.
You want to give me your lavender Ampharos?
Nah, I'm good. It's a Route 210, by the way, version. But yeah, Celestic Town right there. No, I've been training that Ampharos like crazy. It's like level 71 or 72 or something.
Oh, I'm getting up there.
Yeah, I think the lowest level Pokemon I have is like 68 or something on that game. On my team, at least. Yeah, Heath, because like I knew it wasn't Celadon because like Celadon is Gen 1.
Oh, as soon as you said it, I remembered the name of it, so that is right.
I was gonna play some Phasmophobia with a friend earlier, and they're like, "Yeah, I got a lobby." Well, I got a lobby set up. I was like, "Okay, cool." And then like it appeared for a second, and then it closed down. And then like I never heard from them after that. And I was like, "Okay."
Oof.
Yeah, like I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Like I hope they're okay, but like I didn't hear from them after that. I was like, "Oh no."
So good. Now me and you can shiny hunt against each other.
Who messaged me on Facebook? Oh, it's the boys.
Definitely not me.
I'll look at it later. It's just the boys. I've been so fat today. Like, all I've eaten... Like, okay, I had one decent thing, and that's in quotations. That's not good for you. I had cream of wheat. Like a lot of brown sugar. But after that, all I've eaten today is, like, goldfish and Oreos. I just had some SpaghettiOs, but, like, that's also not that great for you, so...
I legit have been fat all day, too. I've had 2 bags of baked Lay's, a couple Dr. Peppers, a few chicken strips.
I'm about to go in there and get another Mountain Dew. Like, am I about to drink caffeine at 11:30? Yeah, because I'm going to be up all night anyways.
I love Mountain Dew, dude. But I was in the mood for a Dr. Pepper today.
Dr. Pepper is my go-to drink, but I wanted to try this Mountain Dew flavor I found at Walmart.
Which one?
Frostbite.
Oh, that one's not super new.
Apparently, it's like a Walmart exclusive or something. Oh, I soft reset over that by accident.
Yeah, it's alright. Think of it as like a really sugary, voltage.
Version says pretty much ate some chicken wings and some beer. Let's go.
Well, you can't eat beer version.
Sounds like my time at Buffalo Wild Wings. I wish Troy had a Buffalo Wild Wings. Troy would make so much money off of that. Because I tell you right now, all of the college students, especially the frat kids, would go to Buffalo Wild Wings, get some food, do a bunch of pre-gaming on beer, and then go to the bar. And they'd make so much money every night.
Bro, can you imagine like a beer popsicle? A beersicle?
I'm sure it's been done.
Like, obviously, because alcohol doesn't freeze, it can't be possible, but maybe with dry ice. But even then, it probably wouldn't stay frozen, I don't think.
Version says, well, I consumed it all the same.
And he shot it all the same as well.
One of my friends today just bought all mint. They weren't even near mint. They were mint. First edition LOB Exodia pieces. And he said, I'm not going to tell you how much I spent, but my bank account lost a zero. I was like, my God, dude.
What was it? 100? Now it's 10? I'm just kidding.
That was a lot more than that.
Yeah, I was just teasing.
Yeah. Well, he traded a bunch. He had 5 pieces of Exodia already from LOB that weren't first edition. They were reprints. And he traded them all away for some of the new cards for one of our friends because he needed them. And he felt bad doing it, but he's like, our buddy needs them. So instead of buying the reprints again, what does he do? He's like, no, screw it. I'll buy the first editions. And
yeah, I have a set of Exodia pieces from Unlimited. They're not first edition, but...
Yeah. I've got 2 sets of Exodia. So I've got one
from LOB, too.
Not from LOB, no. I've got one from a Legendary collection that are ultra rares. And then I've got a set of commons. I don't remember what set it's from exactly off the top of my head, but they're not in the best of shape, though. It was the first set of Exodia I've gotten.
The ones I got are from LOB. They're from Walmart LOB packs.
Yeah. I always like buying the power cubes.
Yeah. I usually don't get too much out of those. It's usually a loss for me.
Well, it's really, 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 really rare. But
value-wise, it's not there.
Well, no, I'm saying what's really, 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 really rare is it doesn't happen very often. But in those power cubes, those LOB packs can appear as first edition packs of LOB, but it almost never happens. It's like you're better off winning the lottery like 2 times in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the power cubes are like packaged by they used to be packaged by Konami, now they're not. Like companies that sell them the cards basically buy them back and repackage them. So they can put whatever they want in those cubes.
Yeah, it's just the leftover, from stuff they haven't sold. That's what all those mystery boxes and stuff are from.
Yeah, that's usually what happens.
They're leftover packs, yeah.
And that's that's 99.9% of the time what's in those things. They're usually not worth it. But on an extremely rare occasion, you can get a first edition Legend of Blue Eyes pack. It's just like you're gonna spend way too much money trying to get it. You're better off just buying a first edition pack offline.
Yeah, I think in my total lifetime, I bought maybe 1 or 2 mystery boxes because I know it's usually all junk stuff. Like the chances of you actually pulling something are slim to none.
I mean, it really just depends on the pack. Like me and my buddy, the same guy I was just talking about, a couple months ago, we bought this monster box from Walmart.
Yeah, the one that had like 10 packs in it.
I think so.
And they can have like a couple legacy packs.
I think so, yeah. And he pulled a ghost rare that was worth like $35 something more than he paid for the box. And I think I
Yeah, the
pulled
box itself is $29.
I think I
That's
pulled
bad.
two ultra rares that were like $15 each. So I mean, we technically, quote unquote, made money, but and some of those reprint LOB cards are still expensive. Like if you pull a Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's still $60.
Yeah,
It just depends on the card you pull.
for sure.
I try not to buy the mystery boxes myself. But
Yeah, me too.
if I see a power cube every now and then, I'll buy one.
Last time I bought some was a monster box, and that was like 2.5 years ago. Like right before the Logan Paul hype started up the Pokemon stuff.
Yeah. Right now, basically everything in LOB that I'm missing, I told you last night, but like I'm basically missing all of like the hollows is what I'm missing.
Right.
Like Monster Reborn, Trap Hole, Swords Revealing Light, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Mages, all the hollows I'm missing. Which of course in every set are always the more expensive cards.
Yeah, yeah.
I told someone a couple of weeks ago at my card shop that I go to about my collection because we were talking about our collections and stuff. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I plan to buy these at some point. He's like, yo, that Blue Eyes is like $3,000, right? I was like, yeah, it is. He's like, you gonna get that thing graded? I was like, no, I'm just gonna double sleeve it and put it in my binder. He's like, are you kidding me? Why would you do that? Like, that's so risky. I was like, because I can. Because that's what I plan to do with it. Dude got pissed. Like, dude was pissed. I was like, chill, dude. Like, if you're not the one buying it, why do you care?
It's not like it's gonna be played anyways. It's gonna be in a binder.
Oh God, no! I don't know anyone in their right mind that would play a first edition Blue Eyes from LOB. Like, if you do, you just have money to throw around. Because those things are just way too expensive. Even damaged, they're like a couple $100.
Saw someone on eBay the other day. There was a first edition Blue Eyes White Dragon on eBay for $100, but the condition was so terrible. Like it wouldn't have gotten a PSA 1.
Yeah, but like depending on the card, sometimes even when they're that beat up, they are actually worth that. Sometimes.
I just can't believe somebody would pay $100 though for that beat up of a card. Still, my point is just like insane.
It just depends. Like some people purposely buy damaged cards to like make art projects out of them, or things like that, and they actually turn out really nice. I've seen some YouTube videos of people doing that, but
Or people just want it for nostalgia or something like that.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, if I wanted to, I could pull out my old childhood deck, buy a beat up Blue Eyes like that, and it would fit right in. It would look exactly like the rest of them.
Bro, yeah, I regret my childhood self so much because I had so many rare cards, both Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, that were first edition from those sets. It's like the money they're worth now. I'm beating myself up. So
I'm having like this seed of memory in the back of my brain slowly like grow, and I'm remembering things about my childhood with Yu-Gi-Oh because I am going through these sets looking for cards that I need to buy, and I'm like, I have that. I know I have that, and I'll go through my collection and I don't have it. I was like, where the heck is this thing? And then I remember when I was a kid, I used to have all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in a pile, and a Dachshund I had when I was a kid peed on that pile, and it ruined about half of my cards. The other half, like I wiped down with Clorox wipes and they were fine, but the other half were ruined from water damage. And they must have been in that half that got ruined. Because there's a lot of cards I'm starting to remember that I did own at one point, but now I don't have them. I never traded them. So like I just don't know where they are. So I'm assuming they was in that half.
what's up, brother?
830 eggs for Vanillite so far. Probably gonna finish this box and call it after. Hey, dude, you can't go for too long. You gotta call it when you gotta call it. You know. I'm pretty sure I had a first edition Structure Deck Joey Red Eyes Black Dragon, which aren't really like crazy expensive, but they are like $400 or $500. I mean, it is a lot of money.
Really?
Yeah, they're not crazy expensive compared to other Red Eyes. Like the
What
LO.
Red Eyes is it? What art is it?
It's just the original one from the show.
So the red one or a black one?
No, the black one. Like the one that they use in the show.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the actual Red Eyes. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, like, there's the OG
What's up, Gatorade?
Red Eyes dragon that's like red.
Yeah, like the original artwork of Red Eyes is the red one, but the one they use in the show is the black one. And then,
I love that
even
one so much, dude.
even
It was
before
done
those,
so
in
well.
season 0, the Bondi version, there was a different artwork because in the Bondi version, Joey never even had red eyes. It was this other character, and
Right.
it's getting a printing at some point next year, where we're gonna get that artwork. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Same as the 25th anniversary Dark Magician. That was in the Bondi version. That was the original artwork of Dark Magician, quote unquote.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So since we got Dark Magician this year, we're getting Red Eyes next year.
Be dope to see. Hopefully they're doing for like Blue Eyes too, because that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, they will. I think they already announced they were doing it alongside Red Eyes, I think.
Even a Harpy, Harpy Lady. I'd love to see a first edition of Harpy's Lady.
Why is this like grabbing my desk? It's like falling. There we go.
It is?
I'm going to another regional next month.
Or you go?
Yeah.
Nice.
Me and my group were going.
Think you make top 5?
Maybe. With how our new decks are set up and with how the new format's coming, like I'm not worried about any of these new meta decks. I've already kicked their butts. Like I've already played against sprites. I haven't played tier limits yet, but I don't think tier limits are that much more powerful than sprites. They will once they get more support, but
Well, if you're playing against someone who knows how to play sprites, you can get your ass out of deal.
oh, I already have. I've played against people that play sprites, and I've kicked their butts.
They can be really tough if someone knows what they're doing with them.
Oh no, I'm saying like I haven't lost to them. Is what I'm saying. Like I've played to these people that know what they're doing with them, and they've been like topping at our card shop, and I've kicked their butts. Like I'm not afraid of sprites.
That's of course they brick. Like
No,
anyone
like
can
even
brick.
when they went full combo, I have wiped their board and like just won in one turn. Like, what the most popular setup right now for sprites is Sprite Toads. They're using like Totally Awesome and Sprites and a couple other things like Swap Frog and stuff. And they essentially, their board at the end of turn 1 is Gigantic Sprite, and they'll have Totally Awesome, and then Totally Awesome will recur, and it'll get a second Omni Negate. And that is so easy for my deck to play through. Like, right now, my deck, even if I brick, I can play through like 6 negates. So just the fact that they only have 2 is not a problem.
Yeah, that's true. If it's that golem on their face on Nexus, bro, like my Dark Magician, it couldn't beat it on a few of the games we played.
I don't think, besides one of my buddies, he's playing Sprite Ojamas, because he's an Ojama player, and no one else is going to do that. His is actually broken. His is the one I've only beaten once out of like 8 games that we've done. But any other Sprite setup I've done, I haven't lost to. His deck is broken, though, because Ojamas and Sprites work really well together for the fact that Ojamas have so much draw power, and they're level 2, which works with Sprites. So mixing them together, he's made this monster of a deck. It's ridiculous.
If you get, what is it? I think it's Ojama Knight that blocks one of your field zone.
Yeah, he doesn't use Ojama Knight, though. His main inboard is built up of ABC Dragon Busters. He'll have like 2 of them. He'll have Gigantic Sprite, the 3 negates that sprites have themselves, and he'll have Sprite Elf to re-summon Sprite Blue to get more special summons to get more negates. And he has so much recursion. And his back row, that's Ojama cards, get him more negates and pops, and it's ridiculous what he can do with it.
Yeah. You get crazy.
I
In this
truly
OG, yeah.
I truly think he's going to top this next regional with Ojamas. And people are gonna laugh and they're gonna ridicule him, and then I think he's gonna top. Like, his deck is ridiculous this format. Last format, it wasn't nearly as much because he was just doing Ojama's XYZ monsters and the armed dragons, the ones that have the levels. But now that he took the armed dragons out and put sprites in, it just increased the versatility of his deck like threefold. Like, all of our decks from my rogue group have increased. Like, we've all like basically adapted or adopted engines into our decks that just work well, and our deck's playing ability has just increased.
Oh.
Especially my Red Eyes buddy. His deck is gonna just destroy people. Especially because they won't expect it. When Verte got banned a couple months back, everyone thought Red Eyes would die. They're like, yep, that's the end of it because we can't use Verte. No, he changed
Dragoon
it.
was banned.
Honestly, if Dragoon got banned, it wouldn't affect his deck much. He barely even uses Dragoon.
No, I mean, like, because I love Dragoon. Love using him. He's a fun card to use.
Like, that's how it kicked your butt so much with Dragoon turn 1. OTK ya.
I think you've only beaten me one game, though.
Nah, bro, I beat you 3 games. 1 sec.
Yo, what's up, Brawl Star? How you doing?
Bro, are you into, like, Clash games?
Nah.
So, there's this new Clash game that's out in the UK and Canada, and
I'm great, Brawl Star. How are you?
it's called Clash Mini. It's not out in the US yet, but if you get a VPN and
Just reposition yourself.
change your region to UK or wherever it's released, you can just download it from the Play Store there.
So I did that with my iPhone.
I downloaded Clash Mini. It's really fun. Like, it's not, oh my god, it's a game-breaking game. You know, it's just, like, addicting. Really fun.
Yeah. I'm not really a big mobile game person at all.
I'm not really either. I like to have a few I can play, you know, when I'm sitting there not doing nothing.
It's probably not healthy, but when I'm sitting around not doing anything, I just jump on Dueling Nexus and start working on decks. It's probably not healthy, but that's what I do.
It's not as bad as other things. That's a good one, actually, because you're not really playing anything, you know? Just building. Alright, this next encounter is going to be shiny for both of us. Ready?
I hope. Mine was not. Yeah, welcome in all the new people. I see some new people popping in. I hope you guys enjoy this stream. We're just talking about random stuff and shiny hunting. So, hope you guys enjoy that.
Back to life. Back to life.
I'm about to get that Mountain Dew out of that fridge, though.
Do it. I already grabbed mine and went and grabbed the dewage.
He said do it. Anyways,
Do it.
I'm about to be up all night practicing guitar anyways, so, like, I might as well have some caffeine.
Yeah, bro. Do
So,
it. Either or. DEW. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it. Bro, Trico was shine, you little bitch.
Speaking of the Ojama guys, did I tell you what happened at our first regional?
No. What happened?
Okay, so first off, before it even starts, we're in line to go submit our decks, and all the judges are up there. They're confirming what's in the deck is on the sheet that you submit and everything, and that they're legal cards and all that. And every now and then they might do like a random deck check, and we're submitting ours. I put mine in. The Red Eyes dude puts his in. Then our Ojama guy goes last. He puts his in. And if you're looking at my stream, the guy who had the sheet of paper looked at the Ojama, went, come with me. And he grabbed the guy, and he pulled him over, and they did a deck check of his deck, and they're like, "You're really playing this?" And he's like, "Yeah." They're like, "Okay, good luck." And he's like, "Thanks." So we go to our first table, and I'm like a couple tables behind them, but he and the Red Eyes guy are a couple seats away from each other. And so they're all setting up their games. Everyone's saying like, "Hey, good luck, have fun," all the common stuff. And the Ojama guy puts down his mat, and it's an Ojama thing. Like it's a bunch of muscular Ojamas, and the yellow one has this blue eyes in its hand. It's like squeezed it to death, little blue eyes. And the guy's like, "You really like Ojamas, don't you?" He's like, "Yeah, they're kind of cool." And so he puts his Field Center down, which has Ojama King and all the Ojamas on it. And he's like, "Are you sure? It looks like you really like Ojamas." He's like, "Yeah, they're cool." And the guy's like, "Okay." And the first thing that all of us hear, because it's kind of quiet, he just says really loudly, "Normal summon Ojama Blue." And like all the tables like just look over towards him like, "You what, sir?" And the guy was like, "I thought you were bluffing." And he's like, "No." Any response? And the guy was like, "No, I don't. Go on." And like the whole thing just started. Like we all just forgot we were playing, and everyone started talking. And it was crazy. Because it just broke with the silence. It was like, "Normal summon Ojama Blue."
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Start talking like the actual anime. And when you name every summon that you do, instead of just putting everything down because you know all the effects and you're professional, so they know too.
There's a company in Japan right now, for like the last year and a half, 2 years, they've been working on it, but they're working on making dueling how it was in like episode 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh, where you put the card on that big podium and then the hologram pops up. They're working on that. And what they're probably gonna do, from what everyone's guessed,
Japan, I wouldn't doubt it, because that would be absolutely sick.
Yeah, everyone's guessing what they're gonna do is build a stadium for OCG tournaments, and like the finalists of a tournament, like at a regional or a YCS or something, will or whatever they're called in the OCG, will like go to that arena and play the finals in that arena.
It'd be kind of hard to do though, because like you'd have to scan the card to know what it is, or as they put it down, they just have a sprite they put up, you know.
Yeah, they haven't really worked out all the fine details yet, but they're talking about it.
That's cool. Yo, on your screen, like it has it perfectly cut off to Zapdos' name, where it says just Dose instead of Zapdos.
Dose.
Oh, you moved it now. It just says Zapdos, but it was funny. So, you remember back in the day when they had commercials for 3DSs?
You
It was just like these 3 dudes sitting on a couch. They were like 25.
I don't remember actually.
You don't remember that? I remember that. It's just like, thought it was the funniest thing ever that it was not kids with DSs and it was dudes.
I remember having this exact Game Boy.
I guess the message was that it's not just for kids. Yet anyone could play them, I guess.
I remember having this exact Game Boy as a kid because I got it for Christmas, and I had it like snuck in my pillowcase, and I had Pokemon Ruby in it. And I remember I'd be playing it late at night. My mom would go in there to see if I was asleep, and I'd like close it, turn the volume down, throw it back in the pillowcase, and act like I was asleep. And she'd close the door, and I'd just like reach in there, grab it back out, and keep playing.
Yeah.
It's weird. I vividly remember that happening. Like, I remember her coming in my room. I pretended I was asleep. She left and went into the hallway. And I pulled it out, and I was in the Rustboro City. Like the second or third place you go in Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire. Like, I remember that. Like, I remember where I was standing in the game. I don't know why my memory of that specifically is that vivid. But, like, I remember where I was. It was crazy.
You know, the DS I have now has a little bit of history behind it. The 3DS, because right before 3DSs were a thing, I had my DS and I was playing it in the car, right? But I got in the car because you're going to go somewhere. I left it on the windowsill and forgot it there. And it went flying out the window as we were driving, completely, like, shattered it. And, you know, as a kid, that's, like, the most devastating thing. It's like bawling my eyes out until my mom finally, you know, convinced me that I would get a new one for Christmas or something.
Yeah.
Then I got this 3DS, and I've had it ever since.
My DS Lite has been through hell. So, like, my original DS Lite same color and everything as the one I've gotten here, the black one. It was stolen by a worker who was working on our house, and he gave it to his daughter for her birthday, and she was so excited. And we found out it was him and everything, and it was awful. So then I got another one for Christmas. And I remember I had it at the church I went to as a kid, and I remember in the fellowship hall, I set it down open with a game running on a pew and went to the bathroom like 20 feet away. Came back out. It was there. It wasn't gone. But like the screen was detached from the bottom of the DS. Like this thing was like split open, essentially. Like I think someone sat on it, didn't even realize I sat on it, and just got up and kept walking. And it was awful. Like, I had to send it to Nintendo. They repaired it, came back brand new, and I've had the same one ever since. But now that screen's messed up, as you guys saw in the other stream the other day. I don't know why it's got that spot on it. But that just happened randomly.
The memories, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know who that guy who worked for that company is, but I'll forever be salty at him, whoever he is.
I would too, bro.
Because when he stole my DS, it had my Pokemon Pearl in it and my Red Rescue Team in the Game Boy slot.
I mean, like, how could you feel good about giving your kid something you know was stolen?
Yeah. Because, like, I remember I played detective, like, essentially. I told my parents, I was like, look, this thing is gone. And they were like, no, you probably left it somewhere. I was like, no, it is gone. Like, it is not in the room. I've turned this place upside down. It's not in the living room. It's not anywhere else. Like, it can't be here. So they're like, look, we'll find it. So they turned the house upside down. And they started getting more and more worried as they couldn't find it. And then my mom got upset. She was like, what'd you do with it? I was like, I didn't do anything with it. It was right here, and now it's gone. Somebody took it. And she's like, I think you might be right. And I was like, I know I'm right. So she called the boss of that company. And they were like, he said, hey, what color was it? She's like, what color was it? It was black. I said, it had a red Game Boy game on the bottom of it, if that helps. And the top game was Pokemon Pearl. They were both Pokemon games. And she said, yeah, he said there's a black DS with a red game in the bottom of it. They're both Pokemon. He's like, well, one of our guys did just give his daughter a DS that had 2 Pokemon games in it. I was like, that's my DS! Like, what color was it? They said it was black. I was like, that's my DS! And I was freaking out. I looked at my mom. I was like, I told you. And she was like, she shushed me while she was on the phone with this guy. I was like, I told you that he got it. And he didn't really do anything about it, really. Like, I mean, the guy got in trouble, and I think he got a pay cut or something. But he didn't get fired.
I would have fired him for something like that.
I would have fired him, but the guy didn't fire him. He gave him, like, a pay cut or something. Or so many days, like, so many days without pay or something.
Like, that you had to fire someone like that just because of the principle, you know?
Yeah, like, the message, you know. But I never saw that DS again, or those games. I never got it back. Because the girl was like, but Dad, no, that's my DS. You got it for me for my birthday.
You should have said, sorry, daughter, I stole it.
Yeah. So, I had to get a new one. I never saw that DS or those games again. I have new ones now. Because as, like, a teen, I bought a used copy of Red Rescue Team. But as a kid, I got the new DS, and I got a new version of Pokemon Pearl. Because that's when those games, like, first came out. I think my Red Rescue Team still has like a used sticker on the back of it. Let me see. Better find out. I might have peeled it off. I usually peel those things off.
Hey, somebody else called that.
Yeah, it does. Look at this. You can see the sticker on the back right here for Red Rescue Team. I never did peel that off. I bought this for $4.99 pre-owned from wherever I bought this from.
It's worth so much more now.
Yeah. $5 for that game.
Or to sell it now on eBay or something would be worth a lot more than that.
Yeah, but when I was a kid, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and Red Rescue Team, and Blue Rescue Team came out. Like, that's the games I remember coming out. Yeah. So, it being $5 at the time was accurate. Because they didn't really go for very much back then. They're like $5-10 for a box. Now, to get it in the box is like ridiculous. Like you can find it in a box still. I think even Pokemon Platinum, as much of a later game that is than those, is like $80 or something, or $90 unopened.
Yeah.
Which is actually pretty cheap. Like there's some games out there that are like $150 something, $200. Alright guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get that Mountain Dew from my fridge.
Do it. DEW.
Be right back, chat.
Justin, you're banned from chat forever.
Alright. Would have got me a beer if it wasn't for me taking a cough syrup earlier. Not supposed to mix that stuff. And I don't have anything stronger than a beer, so... Sad boy hours. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Earlier, though, like I'm kind of sad looking at my deck now compared to how it was when I first got on Master Duel, which wasn't even really that long ago. Just how different it is. Because now my deck, compared to then, like then my deck was basically pure Ancient Gear. I had maybe a couple of monsters in there and a couple of cards that weren't Ancient Gear. But it was for the most part like 85 to 90% Ancient Gear stuff. Now it's more like 55% Ancient Gear and like 45% other stuff. Because like I've implemented other engines. I've got random support cards to go in. I've got like staples. Like I have Monster Reborn in there now. I didn't have that back then. Like the deck isn't really... I mean, it's still Ancient Gear. But it's not really Ancient Gear anymore. Like pure... Like there's other stuff. Like I can make plays for an entire game and not see Ancient Gear stuff. And it makes me sad to think about it because it's like it's changed so much. But it's changed for the better. Like I still have tons of Ancient Gear plays, and I usually go into my big boss monster anyways. But it's a lot more successful and versatile than it was then.
Yeah.
So like I'm excited for it, but I'm also sad. Because like it's changed a lot. I still remember my first variant of that deck like 7 years ago. I was running like triple Gear Town, triple Ancient Gear Catapult, triple Terraforming because it was at 3 at the time instead of 1. I had like triple Wyvern, which I still run. I had triple Ancient Gear Golem, which I'm at 2 now. I had it at 1 for a while. I had triple Hunting Hound. I think I even ran 1 Ancient Gear Engineer at that point. And like a bunch of other just random stuff. I had triple Fortress. It was crazy. Like there was not a single card in that deck besides like Twin Twisters or Terraforming that wasn't an Ancient Gear card. I even ran Ancient Gear Reborn for God's sake, and that trap was awful. Dude, comparing Ancient Gear like card game to Ancient Gear Arc 5 is so different. There are more fusions and monsters we have. We have actual good traps, like really good traps, and they won't give it to us in the actual game. Dude, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I think there was a monster called Triple Ancient Gear Hunting Hound that when it was summoned, like destroyed all monsters on the field, and then your opponent takes half the damage equal to half of all the attack of the monsters destroyed, and like it can't be responded to. So it just happens no matter what. It's like ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah, there's a trap where you could tribute an Ancient Gear monster, and your opponent would take their attack points and damage, not half their attack points, but the full attack points. Like you attack directly with Ancient Gear Golem, do 3k, use the trap, tribute Ancient Gear Golem, they take another 3k. Like, if I had that, I could win so many games. Like, and there's like a lot more of them. Like, there's other Ancient Gear spells and stuff too they have in Arc 5. It's ridiculous what they have that we don't in the anime.
Right.
Like, Ancient Gear would have so much potential if they just print these stupid cards.
I bet eventually they will, because they keep adding support for older stuff nowadays. It's like the new meta right now.
Well, I know like in 5Ds there was a monster. It was called a Ancient Gear Statue. I'm pretty sure its effect was like something along the lines of tribute Ancient Gear Statue, summon an Ancient Gear Golem from your deck ignoring summoning conditions. And it's like, if you summoned Ancient Gear Statue, you could summon as many other Ancient Gear Statues in your hand as possible. So essentially, you play one, you get 3 Ancient Gear Golems on the field right away.
Yeah.
Which is busted, because Ancient Gear Golem's already a strong monster.
Mm-hmm.
And they're level 8, so if you think about it, if you have a monster that takes 3 level 8 monsters to overlay, you can immediately go into big play right there. Or just 2 of them. Hey, what's up, Jessica? And Ancient Gear is not the only deck. There's so many decks in the anime that have so many good cards that we'll never see printed. Which is why I'm glad they're doing the Animation Chronicles. I have hope, because Animation Chronicles is bringing us cards that we've been wanting for a long time, like Dragon Nails from Season 1. Dragon Nails, the card, is busted compared to its anime version.
Yeah.
Because like in the anime, you just equip it to Red Eyes. That's it. Now you can equip it to any dark monster.
Right.
And then when it leaves the field, because of an opponent's card, like not just battle or a card effect, because of a card, the monster that was equipped to it comes back to the field. Dragon Nails gets equipped to it again, but the next time it leaves the field, it gets banished.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you put it on a monster like Beals, which can't be destroyed by battle or card effect, you basically have to like banish it or non-target send it to grave like Dingirsu. You make that monster essentially invincible.
That's insane.
Yeah. Keep an eye on my boyfriend's parents. Oh no, what are they doing? Yeah, because like my buddy that plays Red Eyes plays Beals, the smaller synchro, not Beals Zeus, but the smaller one. And my only out to that monster is if I draw Forbidden Droplet, or if I can summon Dingirsu, the Orcus of the Evening Star, and just send it to grave. If I did that and it came back, I'd be dead next turn. Like, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
What he wants to do is put it on First of the Dragons, because First of the Dragons is essentially invincible with the meta. Because First of the Dragons can only be destroyed by a normal monster, and it's not affected by monster effects.
Right.
And I don't think it can be destroyed by card effects either, so spells and traps can't destroy it. So if you have a monster that can only be destroyed by a normal monster, and then you give it 600 extra attack points because of Dragon Nails, and it comes back if you do so happen to get rid of it with said normal monster, you're dead next turn. Unless you have the strongest back row of your life or something. Like, that card is going to be busted. And then, like, don't even get me started on Clockwork Knight. I wanted Clockwork Knight in my deck, like, 4 years ago. When I found out it was in the anime. You know what that card does?
Mm-mm.
Clockwork Knight is also a lot stronger than its anime version. I think that's what they're doing, is making them stronger. But Clockwork Knight, when it hits the field, every single monster on the field becomes a machine. So, Cyber Dragons, for example, who can contact fuse Fortress Dragon, just using machines from either field, can wipe the opponent's field, and they can do nothing about it because it's a summon. And then also, when it's in the graveyard, Clockwork Knight. Also, your opponent's machine monsters lose like I think it's 600 attack points. So they already lose a big chunk of their attack points. But when the card is in the graveyard, if you send it there yourself or it gets destroyed or whatever, you can banish it, discard a card, and then add any Earth Machine from your deck to your hand. So Earth Machine decks are also going to benefit off that, like me, because I play a lot of Earth Machines. But what I'm going to do with it probably, people are going to hate it, but I'm going to run Clockwork Knight, have ways to protect it, and I'm going to play Rivalry of Warlords. So we can only have one type of monster. And if they only have machines, and they don't actually have machines in their main deck, they're not summoning anything else until I'm good and ready.
Right.
And that's a dangerous game, because with Ancient Gears, they're like probably one of, if not the most powerful OTK deck in the game. And if they can't kill you in one turn, if they can kill you one turn, you're dead. But if you can keep your opponent from doing things and just build up all the stuff you need to kill them in one turn, you're a dangerous time bomb. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Because, like, if I don't necessarily brick, but if I don't want to have what I need to do 8k damage one turn, but I can get it the next turn, and I can keep my opponent from summoning monsters for a whole turn, I'm golden.
Yeah.
I have Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel game. Yeah, I had it. Oh, I still have it. I didn't have it. I have it. But I just haven't touched it in a long time. I've got a lot of mixed opinions about it. I just really wish... The only complaint I have about Clockwork Knight is I wish it also affected the graveyard. I wish it turned all the monsters on the field and grave to machines, like Zombie World does.
Yeah, but then it kind of would be over OP, you know?
I mean, yeah, but so is Zombie World. The dad's been slipping off his ring. Oh no. Granted, the only reason Zombie World is so overpowered is because of Doom King Balderok, but still. Speaking of, I learned something about that monster the other night that I had no idea, and now it's kind of scary. Because Doom King Balderok's effect is once per chain, whenever a zombie monster activates its effect, so under Zombie World everything's a zombie, even in the grave, you can either negate that effect or banish a monster from the graveyard. The thing that's scary about it is that since it doesn't target, you don't have to tell your opponent which effect you're using until it resolves. So, like, if your opponent, for example, is saying, okay, what effect are you using? Like, you don't have to tell them if you're going to negate something they're doing or banish something from their grave at all.
Oh.
If it targeted, then they would be required to say, I'm trying to negate this monster's effect because I'm targeting that monster.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that opens up a lot of possible plays you can do with Balderok. I just didn't know that because I don't come across many zombie players. But one of my really good friends is a zombie player. And we were dueling the other night. And I was asking him about it because I was like, okay, what effect are you using? He's like, I don't have to tell you that. I was like, what do you mean you don't have to tell me that? Like, you're responding to this thing in a chain. I need to know what you're doing to see if I can chain to it or not. He's like, I don't have to tell you if it resolves because of this. And I looked it up. I went to some judge forums because I'm a judge. I went to some judge forums and was asking some questions and stuff. And everyone's like, yeah, because it doesn't target, he doesn't have to tell you anything. I'm like, oh my god, that's ridiculous.
Insane. Sounds OP, brother.
It is, because, like, if you're, say you're thinking, I'm going to negate that with Balderok, and then someone does something that would keep you from negating it, you can just change your mind and no one would know. You're like, okay, I'll just banish this from your graveyard. Like, no one would know what you were originally going to choose because you don't have to declare it. And most decks, especially in today's meta, need their graveyards. So just banishing something in general could hurt them.
Yeah.
Or like if someone does Abyss Dweller where you can't use anything in the graveyard that turn, that basically can kill certain decks like Prank Kids.
Yeah.
Granted, Prank Kids are from last format anyways, but... Sorry, everybody in chat. I can nerd out about Yu-Gi-Oh! For hours, so I just start rambling sometimes. I know this is a shiny hunting stream, but
You can multitask.
yeah. Yeah, and speaking of cards, Blue Eyes and Dark Magician are supposed to get more support this coming year.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. I know it'd be nice for you and other people that play Dark Magician, other people that play Blue Eyes, but it's like you guys get support every year. I would like some support. I haven't had any support since 2016 for Ancient Gears.
That's okay. We'll keep them gears in the past.
Well, we do get 4 new monsters at some time this year, so I am excited for that.
Yeah.
I get a new fusion, I get 2 effect monsters, and I get the first ever Ancient Gear XC's monster. It's a rank 4, I know that. And I know it has like 3 effects.
Oh.
And it's got bullets, so I've kind of predicted that because it has bullets on it, it's gonna say, this is its effect. If you used 1 Ancient Gear monster, you can also apply this effect. If you use 2, you can also apply this effect. I think that's what it's probably gonna say. And that's so easy for me to get into, too, because I can use Infinitrack Anchor Drill to special summon another Earth Machine monster from my hand. So I can just summon another level 4 off Anchor Drill, have 2 level 4s, go into that Xyz monster.
Yeah.
Usually I use Anchor Drill for that to go into a higher level monster. Like if I summon a level 4, I'll make them both level 8 with Anchor Drill's effect, go into a rank 8. Or I can summon a level 5 from my hand, make them both level 9, go into a rank 9. That's usually what I do with Anchor Drill. But depending on how good that Ancient Gear XC's monsters is I might be doing that instead.
Yeah. Do what you need to for your deck, right? Make it better.
Yeah, my extra deck will change a lot probably, because depending on how good that XC's is, and how good that fusion is, I might be running multiple copies of them. And I'm going to have to take some stuff out of my deck. And I basically already know what's going to come out of the extra deck if I have to, but it'll come down to how good they are.
Right.
I forgot what they said Dark Magician and Blue Eyes is getting. I think you guys get some more spell cards. I think Blue Eyes is getting a new trap or something, and they get a new monster. I forget exactly what it was listed somewhere a while back. I could find it, but you guys are getting a decent amount of stuff.
Be nice, and then I can expand my deck and my extra deck and have stuff I can put into it if I need it.
I mean, Blue Eyes has got the most support because it's been getting it like crazy since 2016, ever since it won that World Championship.
Yeah.
But it hasn't won one since, so a lot of people just aren't playing it. But that's the best part about playing rogue decks.
Yeah.
Oh, and that Animation Chronicles, they're also releasing cards from, for example, the duel between Duke Devlin and Yugi when they were doing the Dungeon Dice Monsters thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was a monster, I forget what it's called, it's something ball. It was like a bomb. And, it was like, it had these little legs and arms, and its head would come up out of the ball, and it would explode and stuff. I forgot what it's called. But, that's getting printed as an actual monster.
Yeah, man, but I can't remember what it's called either.
I feel like I kind of want to say it's Thunderball, but that might not be it.
Maybe.
But anyways, that's getting printed as a monster. It's going to be okay at best, because it's not like, it's a crazy effect monster, but it's just cool to have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty big mega pack they're printing essentially of anime cards. It's out in the OCG right now, but not the TCG. We'll get it before December, I think. But
Cool.
I do know that in the OCG, in that pack, there is a Starlight Blue Eyes White Dragon. And even in the Japanese version, the flavor text on it and the name is all in English. And it says, like, word for word, like, this card is so rare and expensive, you can't afford it. Like, that's actually what it says. I don't know if it'll say the same thing in the English version when we get it, but I hope it does.
It'd be funny.
But it's not like many people are going to pull it because it's a Starlight rare, so.
Great.
I'm just excited for the Dark World structure deck in November. I've got a Dark World deck built on Nexus right now that is insanely broken. And the whole thing it does is it sets up a bunch of negates. And it takes all 5 cards from your opponent's hand if you play the combo right. And puts them back in the deck. So they have no cards in their hand on turn 1. So they draw 1 card, and if they can't win with it, they're dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, hi there, handsome. What's up, Bri? How you doing? But yeah, I'm building that in November once that structure deck comes out. Not to replace Ancient Gears, but just to have something to play.
I have a couple myself. No, they're all mostly Dark Magician decks or Magician decks, but I got a deck centered around Raw. Like, it's a pretty competitive deck.
Well,
And
my
I also got a Joker's deck with Joker's Knight, Joker's Queen, and King, and all that.
my goal is I'm gonna have my deck, all of my friends' decks from my group at the card shop. So I'm gonna have like a Dark Magician deck made, a Red Eyes deck, a Blue Eyes deck, a Cyber Dragon deck, all of them, the guys from our group. And then I'm gonna have some side decks that I've made myself, like my Grand Maju deck, the Dark World deck, and I have a couple other things. And then eventually, I want to buy the Kaiba Court briefcase that comes with the 3 Blue Eyes and everything in it, and a bunch of other cards. I'm going to empty the entire thing out, put the dividers in there, and have all my deck boxes in it. That briefcase costs a lot of money, but it'd be cool to have. But it's good to see you, Bri. We miss you around these parts. Look at that wholesome chat. The chat's going absolutely bananas. Yeah, everyone's predicting right now that sprites, whatever they're called, I think they're sprites, are gonna fall off here soon. And tier limits are gonna be the big tier 0 deck.
Think so?
That's what a lot of people are predicting right now. Because sprites themselves aren't really that powerful. They're used like as a splashable engine in a lot of decks. Like branded sprites or brave sprites. Sprite toads. Like they're just throwing at a bunch of stuff. But the tier limits themselves can actually be played as a main deck with stuff supporting tier limits. And they're actually kind of powerful. Like if you like read all the stuff that's out right now. So people think that they're going to get a lot of support in the next set or two. And they're going to become like tier 0. Which I could honestly see happening. There's some that have busted effects. And the meta is slowly starting to move away from being very fusion based right now. ever since Verte got banned, it's been slowly moving away from Fusion. Like, Branded focused around Fusion. Like, all their stuff was Fusion monsters. But now that the meta's reset, it's slowly moving away from that. So we think the meta's going to move over to Link and XCs. And the tier limits have some fusions, but their stronger cards are in the Link and the XCs that they have. I was watching One Piece earlier, and who gave Dofi the right to nearly kill an entire city? Dofi did. What do you mean? He gave himself the right. Oh my god, Rue hates it when I do this Pika impression. Because I can impersonate Pika somewhat okay, and she hates it.
Pika pee pee.
If you're watching, Rue. I'm gonna watch some more One Piece tonight. I got some more episodes to watch.
I just couldn't get into it. I tried. It's so long.
It's honestly not long enough if you get hooked. Like for me, I know that there's like 1,030 something episodes right now, but I don't know how I'm gonna have enough information before I get there.
Yeah.
It's hard to get hooked on it, though. For me, I started, like, okay, I watched it as a kid, hated it, absolutely hated it. Told myself I'd never watch it again. Then I tried again a couple years later, didn't like it, so I was like, whatever. Then, about 3 years ago, I decided to give it a try. I was like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch this until I decide that I'm going to go insane and I can't watch it anymore, I get hooked. And so I watched about 30, 40 episodes, give or take. Which is like a whole season of some animes. And by the time I got through there, I couldn't stop watching it. Like, I got absolutely hooked. And over a summer, I watched 500 episodes.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I think from like May to July, like the end of July, I was up to episode 509, I think. 508 or 509, something like that.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. It was just over the cusp of 500. That's all I remember.
Way there.
Over an entire summer, I watched maybe 600 episodes. Yeah, so I mean, like, it's around that same number, you know?
Zapdos.
Speaking of card games, One Piece is getting a card game this year. All next year.
Be dope to see.
Yeah, Sammy's very excited about that. Me, not so much, because like I love card games, and I think other card games are cool. Like, I've played Magic before, and Magic's really fun. But I just don't get hooked on other card games like I do Yu-Gi-Oh! Like,
Yeah.
I can't see myself spending as much money on those games as I do Yu-Gi-Oh! And, like, going to locals and playing.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm at a
lot
friend's
funner to
house...
actually play the game physically.
If I'm at a friend's house and they're all playing Magic the Gathering and they're like, yo, jump on in, we got some cards, like, I'll play with them. It's fun. I enjoy the game. It's like, it's not that. It's just, for me, spending my own personal time outside of stuff like that, playing the game and spending money on it. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Same with Pokemon. Like I had like 400 something Pokemon cards that I sold for $10 and bought 2 booster packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Pokemon the game, like the card game, is fun. I enjoy it, but not so much that I'm gonna go buy cards, build a deck, and play myself.
Yeah, I collect them. I don't even play the card game.
Oh my god, I soft reset before I even did the encounter.
Uh-oh. What if that was it? What if that was it?
I've done that twice tonight. That's the second time.
Careful, bro. Careful.
It's okay. I'll never know if it was shiny or not, so I don't worry about it.
But if it was, that restarts your count.
But I'll never know that. Because I already reset. I'm also really sad because since Kazuki Takahashi died, they were planning a new Yu-Gi-Oh movie where Yugi is retiring from the game, and he gives Joey his Dark Magician because Yugi and Duke Devlin are going to be working on their own new game, and he basically says to Joey, like, take care of this. I want you to use this, and Joey challenges Kaiba. And everyone was like predicting that because he has the Dark Magician now, this is where Red Eye's Dark Dragoon is going to get its debut on like the anime or movies. Like we're going to see him use it against Kaiba.
That would be sick.
And then Kazuki died, and he was the person over that because they have to go to him and say, hey, is this what you would envision in the manga, like if you were doing this? And he'll say, yes, you can do that, or no, you can't. But now that he's gone, we may never see this movie. It may never come like to the theaters.
I think it still will.
The reason that we're thinking we might not, though, is because like any information about this movie has stopped. Like it has not been talked about. No one's written about it online for like a while. Like right after he died, it is shut off. And it might
be giving it time.
Yeah, it might just be that they're giving it time since he died, which is probably what's happening. But until like we see something tangible about it, like we're all like kind of like left wondering, you know?
Yeah. Be sick. Imagine Joey using God cards.
Well, I think Yugi holds on to the God cards in this movie because like he doesn't want anyone to like get their hands on them. But he just gives the Dark Magician to Joey. Like, he still has his deck and everything, but he's like, I want you to use this because like, you're like my best friend type thing.
Yeah.
I think they're saying like he's supposed to hold on to the God cards to protect them. And like, if he ever had to duel someone, he could. But, and knowing Joey, he'd probably give the Dark Magician back to Yugi after the movie, probably. But he's, like, essentially retiring from Duel Monsters in this movie.
Nice.
And I think at the time, Joey is supposed to be a professional duelist. Because, like, in the later anime series, they talk about how Joey's been a competitive dueler in, like, tournaments and stuff. Like, in GX, Pegasus tells Aster about that. I think Kaiba is still like a big time duelist, but he focuses more on his company at that point in time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping my last card in the mail gets here tomorrow.
What card?
I'm waiting on Final Flame.
Huh?
Final Flame.
Oh, good one.
It's a spell card from LOB. It deals like 600 points of damage to your opponent. It's just a better Hinotama.
Yeah.
It's the last card I'm waiting for from LOB. And it hasn't gotten here yet. And it kind of concerns me. Because I got a card in the mail the other day that had a Yu-Gi-Oh card in it. And it was from a company, like a business that I hadn't ordered from. I'm like, who is this? But it was addressed to me, so I opened it. And it had the trap card, Two-Pronged Attack, from LOB in it. And I went back to my order history. Months ago, I ordered that. I have my copy of it. I got that in the mail. I'm like, why did I have to get another one? And it concerns me because it's not the company I ordered Final Flame from. Different company.
Well, did you look at the tracking history? See if
It didn't come with tracking.
that package arrived? What?
Oh, no. When I ordered the original Two-Pronged Attack, I got it. I have it in the thing. The Final Flame that I'm waiting on is not from the same people that sent me that other card, the other Two-Pronged Attack in the mail the other day. It's a different company. So I don't know why I got another one, but I'm also waiting on Final Flame, so it makes me kind of nervous. I don't know why, because they're not connected. Like, they're not the same company.
Mm-hmm.
And Two-Pronged Attack, or not Two-Pronged Attack, Final Flame didn't come with tracking because TCG is weird about tracking. Like, you had to order, like, an expensive card to get it for some reason. But, let me look. Let's see. I ordered Final Flame on July 22nd. It can take 12 to 15 days on average for a card to be delivered in the mail. So the 22nd would be a Friday in July. So Saturday is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Today would be the 20th day since I've ordered it. Like the business day, since Saturday is a business day. So it is a little bit late, technically, but it could get here in the next couple of days. But like, if it doesn't get here by like next Monday, I'm gonna be like, hey, I ordered this a while ago. Where is it? Essentially.
Right.
I've had some weird encounters on TCG Player. Look, I had this one seller called the Card Stand. I will never order from them. Please don't ever order from them either. They are scammers. They will put tracking on the cards. It'll say that they have been processed, but it will never say they've left the facility. And you'll ask them about it a month later, like I did. They'll be like, oh, well, can we offer you a replacement? And you're like, no, I'd like a refund. They're like, oh, we're sorry to hear that. Let me check with my my mail service person. And you're like, no, I want a refund. They're like, well, can we offer you a replacement? And you're like, no, I want a refund. Like, I had to get TCG Player involved 2 times, not once, 2 times, before I got my money back, because TCG Player reimbursed me the money on their behalf, and then went and like got onto the card stand and be like, now you owe us money plus interest because we had to pay this person. I will never order from them again. Like, it was an awful experience. I was afraid I wasn't going to get my money back, because when I did get the money back, it was close to 2 months later. It was like a month and a half. Now, like, I've gotten some late cards before. I had cards that I said, hey, it's been basically a month. I haven't seen this. Could I get a refund? And like, oh, no problem. Like, if you ever get it, just hold on to it. It's not a big deal. Like, we're sorry it's taken this long. And then like 2 months later, after that, I get the card in the mail randomly. Like, I've had that happen before, but never have to fight someone like that for a refund.
Yeah. That's just when you know it's a scam.
Yeah. And when I actually went to that page for their shop and looked, there was 9 pages of negative reviews saying, do not order from this person, this happened to me. And I'd read about it, and it was the exact same thing that happened to me. Like, word for word, what they said. It was awful. I will never order from the card stand again. And I left a negative review, and I'm never the person that leaves a negative review on somebody, even if I don't like their service. But like, I was so upset by these people. I went and left a negative review. I was like, these people are scammers. Never buy from them. I said, I had the worst experience of my life. I was afraid I wouldn't get my money back. It's not worth the stress. Do not buy from these people.
Yeah.
So I just added to the list of comments on this person's page, but
That's funny.
yeah. I've had that happen, and then I've had recently, like a month ago, I think, I ordered another card from Legend of Blue Eyes called Dark Energy. It's a spell card. I got it, and I was like, "Yo, let's go." It was like a $40-something card, I think. And I looked at it. I was like, "No, this is not right." First thing I knew how it wasn't right is because it didn't say Magic card; it said spell card. The original said Magic card. Other reason I knew it wasn't right is because in the code, or it would say LOB dash whatever the number is, it said A, and then the numbers. It'd be like LOB dash A something, which signals as a different printing in the reprints. So not only is it a reprint, but it's a different printing of the reprint. So I contacted them. They're like, "Oh no, like that's the right card. It's just a different printing of it, probably." I'm like, "No, this is not an original. I ordered a first edition. That's what you have listed. This is not that card." And they were like, "By chance, does it say LOB-A, whatever? I was like, "Yes, it does. This is not the right card." And they're like, "Oh, you're right. My bad. Can you mail it back to me and I'll give you a refund?" I'm like, "Yes. Here you go. I just put it in the mailbox. I got my money back." But I've had that happen before, too.
Maybe you should just contact the people now and make sure you're getting it.
Well, I'm gonna give it a couple more days because it could just be late. Like the mail just does that sometimes. Like I'm not gonna be stingy about it. But if I don't see it by next Monday, which would be like almost 30 days, business days at least, 30 business days since I ordered it, then I'll contact them.
Yeah.
Because Sundays don't count because the mail doesn't run on Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Monday's in like 15 minutes for me.
Well, not like this Monday, but like the next Monday. I mean, like a week from now. It's technically already Monday for me because it's 12:45 a.m. And I won't get that new playmat I ordered today until like September 19th.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's going to take them a while to make it. Like, basically, the mats they have are completely blank. And they have to, like, press the image and everything onto it. And, like, make sure it's perfect and right. All the colors are right and stuff. Here, I'll show it to you, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
If it'll share the screen. Yeah, it will. Can you see this?
Oh, that's pretty cool.
There's the Flame Wing Man right there. And it's got Skyscraper in the background, the Banish Zone, which I'm excited for because I actually use the Banish Zone now.
Yeah.
But it's just a really realistic version of Ancient Gear Golem and Wingman.
Only 10 pounds.
For every 3 items with this person. Yeah, it's 20 pounds. I think it was like $27 after tax or something. But
That's a pretty expensive mat.
it's up there, but it's not too bad.
I guess nowadays most of them.
Yeah, most
go
of them
for
are
about
most of them are like $25 or more.
And then there's some mats that are like $50, and that's just insane.
Oh yeah, dude. There's an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon like YCS mat. Like it's an official tournament mat. It's like $170.
But
Yeah, because the artwork is beautiful. I mean, like it's just the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon artwork on this, but like it's the colors are so vibrant, and because it's an official mat, like tournament mat, they're like, yep, it's $160 for no reason.
wow.
But most of the tournament mats like that are that expensive. Some of them are a lot more. Like I saw, like the last regional I went to, there were these guys selling these mats like for the sponsor of the regional. And they just had, like, if you just flip through them, like, they're, like, in plastic, essentially, for you to take out and use. But just for, like, storage stuff, they would have it in these plastic frames. You flip through them like posters, and you're flipping through, and you start looking at the price tags, and you see stuff like Evil Live Twins or Vampires and stuff that's, like, $300-something a playmat. It's ridiculous. Because everyone wants the waifus. Like, there's some Vampire Vamp mats, like the Monster Vampire Vamp, and people will simp over her. And, like, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm saying I understand. But I don't understand paying $300 for it.
Seriously, I would not do that. Like, unless it was signed by some super famous Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Or Kazuki himself.
Yeah. Especially now that he's passed.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I really want the Reactor Dragon mat. I really do, but that thing is so expensive.
I don't blame you.
For a piece of cloth and rubber and like thread, it's just it's too expensive. But then again, I can't really justify that for the amount of money I'm gonna be spending on some cards whenever I get to them. So like, I can't really justify it with that logic. But I'd rather have the cards than the mat.
Yeah, maybe if you buy, like, when you're buying the cards, you won't feel so bad about it.
Maybe. I would rather have the cards than the mat, because I have my own mats.
I mean, you are a mat, so...
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah. Whenever I do get that new mat, though, at the card shop, I'm about to buy a tube. That way I can put it in there.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to buy a double tube. That way I can put both my Ancient Gear mats in the same tube. Yo, good night, version. You have a good one, bro. I hope you get some good night rest and all that stuff. I'll let you know.
Yeah, brother.
I'll let you know if we get the shiny. I've got like a $30 mat that I won in a Win-A-Mat. It's a Majestic Shooting Star Dragon mat. And it's a, I think it's a YCS mat actually, but it's not like an expensive one.
Cool.
It's nice. It's just I don't really ever play on it. I bring it with me to locals and stuff, or I bring it with me to a big event too, in case someone's mat gets messed up, or if they don't have one, so if they want to borrow it or something. But I think what I'm probably gonna do is use my old playmat that I've been using, and it's in really good shape too. Like it's not messed up in the slightest. I'm gonna use that for videos on my Yu-Gi-Oh channel whenever I do start uploading again, because I need to get like a better tripod and have it hold my phone that way, like it's like right there and it's a good shot for recording stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll probably use that for videos and have my other one to play on.
That'd be cool.
It's just me and my buddy haven't uploaded that channel in like 5 months. We need to upload again.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
This song is weirding me out.
What is?
This song, like I hear Misty from the anime talking and stuff, and it just sounds really weird.
I started watching, not just starting watching, but when I started to watch Naruto months ago, like that's like half the size of what One Piece is, and that still took me like 2 or 3 months.
Are you counting just Naruto, or are you counting Naruto and Naruto Shippuden?
Both of them.
Okay, yeah.
Because it basically continues off the story.
Yeah.
And I was watching easily like 25 to 30 episodes every day. Still took me 2 and 3 months to watch.
Yeah. I mean, my experience with it, because I've rewatched Naruto many, many times, is Naruto itself, as much as I love Naruto, it's like probably one of my top 3 anime, and it was my first. It is a lot harder for me and feels a lot longer binging Naruto than it does One Piece, because it's weird. Like I know when I'm watching them that One Piece is longer. I know it's going to take longer for me to finish it, but for some reason when I'm watching them both, I feel like a lot more invested in One Piece's story for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I feel like it's just like I'm zooming through because I'm watching so many episodes, and I'm like, wait, that's it? Like I have to wait till tomorrow to watch more because it's already 4 o'clock in the morning. But like with Naruto, I can watch like 20 episodes in a day and be like, oh my god, how many of these am I gonna watch today? Not saying that I'm hating on the show because I love the show. It's like, my god, like I've already watched 20. Am I gonna watch more of these, or am I just gonna do it tomorrow?
Yeah.
That's the only difference for me, at least.
Like, when I was a kid, I originally watched just the regular Naruto.
Yeah.
I never actually watched Shippuden, and then I never continued to watch it or finished watching it until a few months ago. And before a few months ago, I was watching Boruto, and I had finished up to the point of where they're at now. So I'm caught up on that, and I just like had no idea of how all of these characters got their powers and how Naruto became, Hokage. And it's like, well, I guess I better go back and watch Naruto and Shippuden so I can get the background of all the story.
Yeah.
And so that helped because now I know how everything is.
I just hate how the end of Shippuden was very rushed. They kind of like condensed it and then threw a lot of information in your face and like, all right, this is what's happening.
Yeah, I don't feel like it was rushed. I felt like it was good.
I don't know. I just feel like after the war, everything happening just happened so fast or something.
Well, it's just like the sleeper episodes, when they're in the infinite. I can't even say right. I never have been able to say it.
The infinite Tsukiyomi.
Kitsukami, yeah, whatever, however you say that crap.
Tsukiyomi. I don't know, it felt rushed, but like, for me at least, with One Piece, like, the people who are like die-hard fans of one anime, which there's nothing wrong with that, but like the ones that are like the die-hard like Dragon Ball fans, for example, they just get on my nerves because they're like, oh, I could never watch that, it's way too long. And I'm like, bro, you've watched Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Super 4 times. What do you mean? You've watched more episodes than there are in One Piece of Dragon Ball. Because I know people...
I think Dragon Ball all combined is more than One Piece.
Oh, it's a lot more than One Piece. Because Dragon Ball itself is long. It's like 300 or 400 episodes, I think. And then there's Dragon Ball Z, which is almost 200 because Kai cut out the Buu Saga. Then there's GT, which doesn't count because it's not canon. But then there's Dragon Ball Super, which is another...
Well, GT's canon. It's an alternate timeline like Super is.
But when you count Super, you can't really count Super because it's still ongoing. But, well, I guess it's not actually a lot. It probably equals out around the same amount of episodes if you added it up, probably. But
well, Kai's technically not anything new. It's just a remake.
Yeah. Kai is just the exact same thing as Z, but it doesn't have the Buu Saga.
It's just better art. It's just better art and different music.
Yeah. And they cut out the entire Buu Saga, too. Like, it ends after the Cell games.
Why?
They just didn't include it for some reason. No one really knows why they didn't include it, but they didn't.
That's actually a pretty important part.
Yeah, I know, because I actually started watching Dragon Ball in Dragon Ball Z Kai. I had to go back and watch all the original Dragon Ball, and then I watched Dragon Ball Z.
That's where it ended, too. That's where Super's picked up off of.
Yeah, so I was like, wait a minute, there's more behind this, I'm gonna go watch it. So I watched all of Dragon Ball, and then I watched all of Dragon Ball Z, because I thought it was something different. I thought it was like a prequel to Dragon Ball Z Kai. I was like, this is the exact same stuff, what is this? And I kept watching. I was like, wait, who the heck is that? And like, I started watching, and there was like Boo and everything happening. So that's how I knew they cut it.
Yeah.
Because I tried to rewatch the Buu Saga on Kai, and then there were no episodes. But there's actually a lot of anime that are longer than One Piece. Like I forget what it's called, but there's an anime that has like 3,000 episodes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous how long some of those things can be.
Yeah.
But if you're a diehard fan of that anime, it must be great because you have so much to watch.
Yeah.
No, Naruto and Dragon Ball will always be like in my top 3, but One Piece I think has taken my #1 spot for me.
Yeah.
I think my top 5 in order is probably One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball, Hunter x Hunter, and then Black Clover. Those are probably my top 5. Number 6, I think, is Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I love the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. It was one of my first alongside Naruto, and it's great. But story-wise, I feel like the other ones before it are a lot better.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for the next couple of years, though, speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because right now we have Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, the new manga and anime, and it's introduced a new format, being Rush Duel. So I'm excited to see if we're going to get another format alongside Rush Duel, or if we're going to get a new summoning mechanic.
Maybe.
Because it's been 6 years, almost 7 now, since we've gotten a new summoning mechanic introduced into the game, being Link monsters.
Yeah.
So we're about that time due for a new mechanic.
Yeah.
But it just depends, I guess. They did my boys Red Eyes Black Dragon and Blue Eyes White Dragon dirty in Rush Duel, though.
Yeah.
They in the show they have 2 monsters. There's like Red Eyes Boost Dragon or something like that, and then it's Blue Eyes something something dragon. I forget what it's called exactly, but the art looks really weird on both of them. Blue Eyes is now only 100 points stronger than Red Eyes. It has lower defense than Red Eyes defense. Like Red Eyes defense is higher than Blue Eyes. It's just really weird, and their artwork is the weird thing for me. That's what really throws me off.
Yeah.
But
I can feel that.
that and the cards look completely different too. Like they've changed the art style and the setup of all the cards in Rush Duel. Like, am I gonna learn how to play it? Yes, but I don't know how I feel about it until I actually play it.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the focus in the game for a while, is creating Rush Duel as like a side format.
Oh boy.
In the actual game, I think what they're going to focus on as well is doing what sprites are doing. Since Sprite Link Xyz monsters can use Link monsters as levels.
Oh.
So like 2 Link 2s act as 2 level 2s, so you can overlay them.
Yeah.
I think other cards are going to be able to do that soon, besides sprites. I think sprites are like the beginning of doing that, or like implementing new ways to summon old mechanics, essentially.
Right.
I think that's what they're also going to do.
Yeah.
But I really want a new mechanic.
Well, I feel ya.
I feel like sometime in the middle of this year, being 2023, whenever we get to 2023, I think if they just dropped a new summoning mechanic, it would like just absolutely change the meta entirely. People would go crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, if they never did and we were only stuck with all the way up to Link, I'd also be okay with that.
Yeah.
Because they have so much stuff to print for all those types of cards. I think this is Hoenn music. Oh, this is Hoenn music. What is this? Is this... This is Little Root. admittedly, like, I've had some people get really mad at me for saying this, but it's still funny to me how much of a failed mechanic Pendulum was. I have nothing against Pendulum. I think it's cool now that I've actually started watching Arc 5. I know how to do it now because I've learned it. It's a cool idea. It's a cool idea. It's just not what the game needed, and it still doesn't need.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Lemon Kirby? How you doing? Lemon. For the longest time, I had no idea how to do it. Like, I just didn't learn it. And I'm sure a lot of the fan base doesn't know how to do it either. But just so I would know, especially for, like, the upcoming test I had to take for being a judge, I was like, I might as well learn it. So I did. And it makes sense to me now. But I still don't understand why it's a part of the game. It's not healthy. Like, there's not many decks that benefit from it, and there's a lot of decks that suffer because of it.
Yeah.
That, and you have to have an English degree and a degree in linguistics just to read those cards.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of people actually stopped playing the game when Pendulum came out. They were like, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm done. I was one of them. I stopped playing because of Pendulum. A lot of people did. I'm pretty sure actually the whole group of Rogue Duelists that I'm in all stopped playing around Pendulum and then came back later after Link. Because I came back to the game in 2016, like right when Link Monster, or right before Link Monsters were introduced, actually. Because when I came back to the game, Zodiacs were still meta, Mermails were still meta. The big summoning mechanic was Synchro because Pendulum had failed.
Yeah.
And then, I think a month later, Link was introduced. And, I think Code of the Duelist is the first pack of Link Monsters, I think. I might be wrong about that. But it was the one that had Firewall Dragon. Everyone was trying to pull Firewall Dragon.
Yeah.
And I remember that I went to the card shop in Chattanooga that is no longer there. It closed down. I met some pretty cool guys over there, but someone was like, hey, you play Ancient Gears, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, don't you know that there's an Ancient Gear fusion now? I was like, there's what? They're like, yeah, and you have a Link monster. I was like, I have what? What the heck is that? I don't know what that is. They're like, you don't know what Links are? I was like, no. They're like, look at this. They laid down the cards, and I saw it. I was like, what the heck is that? Get that out of my face. and then I actually learned how to use them, and I was okay with it. I think the only Link monster I ran in my deck was Mrs. Radiant because it boosted the attack of all Earth monsters. But then I got a hold of Ballista. I paid $40. I'm salty about this. I paid $40 for one copy of Ancient Gear Fusion, and it was a ultra rare. Now the ultra rare copy is $1. I am so upset about that. That is my biggest fail as a duelist. I paid $40 for a card that, like, in less than a year became worth $1.
Hey, bro, it happens.
The secret rare now that I have triple copies of, I only use 2, are like $5 to $10 at most right now. I told someone just last month that I paid $40 for an ultra rare of that. They're like, you what? When was this? I was like, 2016. They're like, oh, I understand. Because it was hard to pull that card.
Right.
It was like a short printed card. It was really hard to pull it. It was worth $40 then. I don't know why. Nobody was playing Ancient Gears. I don't know why it was $40, but it was.
Well, that's probably what went down.
I don't know why it went up in the first place. No one was playing them but me. Like, there wasn't really a big Ancient Gear following then. It grew, though, because when Ancient Gear Ballista came out, people started using it.
Yeah.
But, like, the fan base for Ancient Gear wasn't as massive as it is now. And I only say massive in quotations because it's a lot bigger than it was then. but it wasn't as big as it is now. So like I still don't know why it was $40, but I paid it and I used it. Do I regret it? No. Do I wish I had not wasted the money? Yes. Because that card came in clutch.
Yeah.
That was also in Master Rules 4. No, actually, I think that was Master Rules 3. Because we were able to set a field spell on top of an activated one, and it would destroy that the activated one. So I could set a Gear Town on top of an activated one. It would destroy Gear Town. Gear Town would activate. I get my summon. Then I could just flip the one I just set and have another Gear Town, which was cool. Then they stopped. Oh no, it was Master Rule 4, because they changed that and the summoning restriction where you can only have one extra deck monster on the field unless you summon it to a pointed area for a link monster. That was introduced in Master Rule 4, I believe. And then in Master Rule 5, which we have now, they changed it again. They say, no, you can summon as many as you want. So I think that was Master Rule 4. I hope I don't get heartburn because of that Mountain Dew. That's how I know I'm old.
Oh, you're fine, bro.
Dude, soda, like, legit, late at night, it gives me heartburn. Like, I'll get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and just, like be leaning over the counter like I'm dying. I'm like, where's a famotidine? Where's some Tums?
Tums, need Tums.
I keep a whole container of Tums in my nightstand if I'm sleeping. That way, if I wake up with heartburn, I can just take some.
Dums. Oh.
I will never understand, though, this month specifically, as in like 2 days ago, why Morphtronics got reprints. Did you watch 5Ds at all?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
So probably not.
Okay, there was a kid, and he used Morphtronics. They're basically just electronic devices that transform into, like, standing monster-looking things. Kind of like Transformers. They could be, like, telephones, toasters, like, whatever. Like, whatever you think of, it could be that. And they have not been relevant ever, really. And a lot of them got reprints and new cards in the new set. And I'm like, who is asking for this?
Nobody.
No, that's right. Nobody. Okay, so I don't understand why we got them. Like, they're somewhat decent machine cards at best.
Right.
Now, you can create some kind of okay synchro monsters off of them. But, I mean, it's not really good.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do 20 more encounters, guys. That way we've gotten 300 encounters this stream.
200 more? 200 more encounters?
No, 20 more encounters.
I have another 0 there.
Well, now it's 18, but... So I think after this, I'm going to lay down, watch some One Piece, get back up, come in here and practice guitar, because like my sides are hurting from sitting down for too long.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a normal thing for other people, but for me it happens. Like, if I sit down for too long, my ribs start to, like, really push on the outside of my body. Like they'll like this cause pain from sitting down for too long, just from being compressed for too long, I guess. So like I just can't sit still for a long time. Like,
I get it.
A couple of hours is my limit. Then
Right.
then I have to stand up or lay down for like 20 minutes. Then I can get up and do it again. But again, it's how I know I'm old.
You old fart.
I feel like it sometimes. Like I'm only 24, but I have back pain of an 80-year-old man.
Ugh.
Like I just get up in the morning sometimes and take Tums or famotidine for heartburn. I randomly have to take Tylenol just because like my body hurts.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd just have to start taking random medication for random stuff.
Right.
I'm gonna have to shave again tonight or tomorrow. Probably just do it tomorrow. You not got your Trico yet?
Oh, sad face. Still going.
Well, I've got 11 more encounters before I hit 1800. How many encounters are you at?
Like 800 something. 834.
If I do get it relatively soon, we'll just have to see if you get it before my encounters.
Yeah.
See who wins the race.
I'll win, bro. Don't worry. I'll win for you.
Nine more encounters, chat. I kind of forget while doing this that literally the next encounter could be the shiny. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of escapes me while I'm doing this. I get, like, into this trance.
Yeah, whenever I say I'm finishing, I always do 10 more. Because, yeah, because of that reason.
Well, I thought about stopping 100 encounters ago, but I was like, nah, I'll do another 100. And if I have any raid targets after this, we'll go on a raid, guys. But if not, we'll just end whenever we get to 18. I'll check whenever we get to 18. I'll see if we have any raid targets. I built a Gravekeeper deck today.
Ooh.
It's not very consistent yet, so I've got a lot of kinks to work out, but I like how it plays, though.
Yeah.
$17.99. All right, guys. Last encounter of the stream.
Plus
1800.
one more.
It wasn't shiny. All right, let's see if there's anyone live. I don't really have a target. There's not really a lot of us here at the moment. So I'm just going to say let's skip out on the raid for tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. I appreciate everyone sticking with the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be live tomorrow. I'll probably stream something else other than Shiny Hunting Zapdos. Like maybe a different game entirely rather than Pokemon. We'll figure out what's happening. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. You have a good one. Take it easy. Have a good